Hey guys, welcome back to the homestead. So today we are presented with a unique challenge here in North Florida. It is the second week of November and we have a peculiar weather event happening. We are going to be experiencing a tropical storm and possibly a Cat 1 hurricane here in the beginning of November, which is pretty unheard of this time of year. Although it still is hurricane season, we just don't get them that often here in Florida at this time of year. So, as I said, it presents a unique issue for us here because we have an entire fall garden growing, and with 50-mile-an-hour winds, we don't know what to expect the winds to do to our crop. What we do have to do today is get most of the tomatoes out. As you've seen on, hopefully we have the video posted prior to this of us starting to pick our tomatoes and explaining to you why we're picking them green. It really goes into effect now with the storm coming, why we have to pull them off the bush green. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that, and I'll show you what we get. Again, we're not pulling them all off because even if we pull them off, they're not even blushing. Some of them aren't even blushing out, and they're rock hard. So even if we pull them off, they're most likely not going to turn red. So we really don't have a whole lot to lose by leaving them on the plant and hoping for the best to see if they actually turn and ripen on the bush even after the storm. So let me get to work here and I'll show you what we end up with. All right, this is what we pulled off so far. As you can see, most of them are blushing out pretty nice. This is the Brandywine, and the smaller ones here, that's a Bella Rosa, and the larger ones are this is a Brickyard. So we have Brickyard, Bella Rosa, and the Heirloom Brandywine. And as you can see, we still have a ton left. Some of them are starting to blush, but again, they are rock hard, and you can see a lot aren't blushing at all. So we don't really have a whole lot to lose. I forgot one here, by leaving these on a little bit longer. It's a Bella Rosa. It'll come off, but we have a ton left still. We've probably picked, I'm gonna guess, upwards of maybe 55-60 pounds of tomatoes so far. I'm sorry for the wind if the mic's picking up the wind. We're getting gusts of probably 20 mile an hour winds already, and the storm isn't supposed to hit till tomorrow. But yeah, this fall tomato crop has been really impressive, and we're super happy with what we have gotten so far. You know, all this stuff that's coming up with the storms, you know, that's just something you have to deal with sometimes. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick the rest of these, and I'm not sure if this is going to be just a hodgepodge update video or what else I'm going to include in this video to upload. I might try to get some storm footage if we actually do get any stuff to video this time around. Hopefully we won't. Hopefully it'll be a non-event like the last storm that came through, the hurricane that was supposed to come through last month or 2 months ago. But yeah, we'll wait and see. So All right, guys, we're in the middle of this tropical storm now, and our plants aren't faring all that great. We've got some casualties, unfortunately. Got some laying over. All this wind and rain, we've got one snapped off completely. Yeah, a little disappointed. All this work and to have a freak tropical storm slash hurricane come through and, you know, take out a good number of our plants is very disappointing. But it is what it is. Part of gardening, all part of the game, right? I'm just taking out some tomatoes there at the end. A little bit of wind and rain. The so-called, quote, eye of it is just now passing over us. It really isn't much of an eye. It broke up pretty quick when it reached Florida, reached the Florida coast, as they usually do. But this is kind of a lull in between the backside of the tropical storm. So you can kind of see, I know it's not very good, and the wind is probably destroying the mic, but kind of get a feel of what we're going through right now with some wind and rain. But yeah, fingers crossed we have probably another 3, maybe 4 more hours of this, and we'll get a break, and it'll start clearing out here about 4 o'clock this evening. And we should be all done with it. Hopefully we won't lose too many more plants during this crazy weather here. All right, so the storm has passed, and I'm out here assessing the damage of what happened during all that wind and rain. And as it was coming down, I thought we were doomed, because there are a lot of wind, wind gusts up to 50 mile an hour for about 12 or 13 hours straight. And it was a steady 20-25 mile an hour wind with, like I said, 50 mile an hour gusts, and these little plants were just getting beat up. We did incur some loss, but not near as bad as I thought. Let me turn the camera around, I'll show you. All right, you can see how the plants have kind of laid over. Now I do think once the sunshine comes out, they'll pop back up. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hill them up, throw some dirt to the bases of the plant and stand them up a little bit. Let's see here. We got a couple of them. We did lose a couple. Here, these here. These were a couple cabbage plants. Those aren't gonna make it. One broke off when the leaves almost got tore off the other one. Yeah, so like I said, it's not terrible. We did lose some, but all in all, we're happy with the outcome. You know, unfortunately, these things happen, weather events happen, and your garden gets beat up a little bit. All of the cauliflower and broccoli in the pots made out fairly well. We got some leaves ripped off, a little bit beat up, but yeah, no worries there. And the tomatoes, we are gonna have to pull these. All of them are gonna be coming out this weekend. Yeah, all this water saturated the ground, so they will definitely start to split here really soon if they're not already. So we will get the remaining tomatoes off the bushes here and pull all the tomato plants off and burn them. Okay, y'all, we appreciate you watching. I think that's gonna do it for this this little short update. The garden behind us here will probably be our next upcoming video. Either that one or this last strip in the in-ground garden that we have to plant will be onions. So I'm not sure which is going to come first, the onions or the fall update video. We had to purchase our onion plants out of the 600, the 2 300-piece trays, 600 total. We had 4 onion plants survive, and out of the 4, only 2 are viable for planting. So an absolute failure. I have yet to be able to grow good onion starts. I haven't figured out how to do it yet. So that is something that I'm going to really concentrate on next year and try to figure out what I did wrong. I don't have a greenhouse, so I don't know if that's, you know, has a lot to do with it. It may. I'm sure there are people out there without greenhouses that can grow onions just great. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So yeah, so that's it, guys. We appreciate you watching, and until we see you next time, y'all have a good one.